Hey folks, Coach Simon here from Aerobic Performance. Now this week I'm going to talk about strength training, or more specifically, I'm going to talk about what's the most effective way to strength train. Where should you put it? Should you be strength training before you go cycling or after you go cycling? So without further ado, let's get into it. Now before I get into this, let's talk about why you should include strength training all year round. Strength training for endurance improves muscle quality, function and power. What most endurance cyclists aren't aware of is that strength and power training improves force and muscular efficiency in the muscle, meaning you conserve more energy over time. Simply put, endurance training and strength training makes you faster for less effort over longer distances. Now let's face it, who doesn't want that? I made a video all about my strength training and what I do in the gym, and I'll put that at the end of this video. Now I know the benefits of strength training, but what I'm really interested in is, should we add in strength training before we go cycling or after we go cycling? What's the best bang for your buck? Researching this particular question quite a bit, there are loads of caveats to this. It depends on how fit you are, how much experience you have in the gym, what kind of volume you've been doing over the week, how much intensity you've been doing in training, and also right down to how much and what you've been eating throughout the day. So let's give this question some context and base it off me. I'm pretty experienced at cycling long distances. I consider myself pretty fit. I eat pretty well, and I have a really good understanding of how to lift, regularly hitting the gym. So what's best for me to get the best outcome from both training sessions? Should I do strength before cycling or strength after cycling? From my understanding, endurance training should be performed before you hit the gym, if performed on the same day. Why? Because of two very geeky factors. Strength training increases a greater activation of PGC1A. That's the regulator of endurance adaptations. Interestingly, upregulation of PGC1A is enhanced with endurance and strength training than endurance training on its own. Geeky factor number two, strength training after endurance training increases mTOR activity. Now that's the key that regulates protein muscle synthesis. If we totally ungeekify this, basically what that means is the strength training after endurance training improves endurance and strength adaptations. Basically, do strength training after you ride your bike. Now that begs another question. How long should you leave between riding your bike and hitting the gym? From what I've read up, between 3 and 6 hours, with 6 hours being the kind of sweet spot as it reduces muscular fatigue. I'm also thinking what you eat directly after your training on the bike helps you recover quicker and get the best from your training in the gym later on. This is where eating a high quality protein meal with easily digested carbohydrates is important to get in post-bike ride. So what should we be eating? Between 20 and 25 grams of protein and aiming for about 0.8 grams of carbohydrate per kg of body weight. What fits that perfectly is a whey protein shake with high GI carbohydrate mixes to replenish glycogen stores and aid muscle recovery. So to cap off with, it looks like after we ride our bike, that's when we should be hitting the gym, especially if we're training twice a day. And also, it also looks like that we should be giving ourselves between 3 and 6 hours recovery time, eating a high protein diet, eating plenty of carbohydrates so that we get plenty of recovery and energy to be able to perform better in the gym later on. If you like this video, do me a favor, will you? Hit like, hit subscribe to stay in touch, and do me a favor, share this video with your friends. I'm trying to get a really good message out to cyclists of how to train better and try and inspire them to do more on their bike. All I've got to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Hey folks, Coach Simon here from Aerobic Performance. Now this week I'm going to talk about strength training, almost